15th April 2021. Hello everyone. Today I'm back with a new topic. Usually I just do like random things, but today, for the first time, I want to do a summary of a book. I have been on this journey of self-development for like last 4 years, and it all started due to my brother, my younger brother Nikes, and I'm very grateful that due to him I got in the journey of self-development. And I don't know, the world has changed for me. Before I was like, very stubborn, like a black and white type, very introverted type, and the self-development helped me to grow as a person, and now I'm more confident than before. Okay, for the first book, I have choose to do a, I don't know, it's like summary slash, I just want to share whatever I learned. What do you call it? I want to dump my knowledge in a ghetto way. Yeah. So for my first book, I have choose a book. It's called Think and Grow Rich. So it's like that big. So it's a Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay. So this book was first published on 1937, which is like 84 years ago, and the author is Napoleon Hill. He is like one of the famous writer from USA. Okay, so there are so many things going on this book because today I finished the book and I just want to share whatever I can remember fresh in my mind. Okay, last time I read this book was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and again I went through the book. Oh yeah, by the way, because I'm not a big fan of reading book. I'm more of a like an audio person, so I listen to audiobook all the time while driving. So I use this app called Audible. So me and my brother, we like share the money and we buy all the books. Yeah, so while driving, while going to work, while driving, all the time while my preparing my lunch, while doing my workout, I always listen to audiobooks. Yeah, okay. So let's begin. Okay, if I have to summarize this book, it says that we need knowledge to be successful, but just by gathering knowledge or collecting knowledge, it's not enough. We have to arrange that knowledge, and we have to direct that knowledge in the right direction, and we have to take action. Okay, so the book is saying that we need a burning desire. So you need like a very burning desire from inside to achieve something. Because most of the people, they wish, "Oh, I wish I had a nice house. I wish I had a nice Lamborghini or GTR, whatever. I had a nice girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever." But unless you have that desire, burning desire from inside, and unless you take action, you won't achieve your goal. Okay. In my note, I have make some of the notes. I would go through that, but at first, I just want to just get whatever is in my chest and whatever in my brain. I just want to get out. Okay. The reason, one of the okay. So for this book, it took him like 25 years for the research, and he went through all the interviewing like more than 500 successful people, not in the term of business and wealth, in other sectors as well. So he interview, like ask question and answers for like up to like 500 people, and it took him like 25 years to write this book. So it's one of the best self-help book you can go through. Okay. One of the main factors why people don't succeed, or we human beings don't succeed, is the fear. Okay. Yeah, so by the way, this is my bookmarker. Yevin, my bias is from Daya. Beck Yevin. Okay, so in chapter 15, he had mentioned like 6 basic fears. The first one is the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love of someone, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. So those are the basic factors, and there are so many other things. And he also have mentioned that one of the factor is the procrastination, because we human beings, we have become so lazy nowadays that we take everything for granted, and we don't utilize our time, and we just delay everything, like the thing which we have to do like last year we are doing now. So we are like always falling behind. And the decision making is very crucial in all these successful people, because all the successful people, they just make a decision and they don't look back, and they just go forward. So yeah, decision making. And whether you make a decision to not to do something or do something, that's a decision. So we have to make a decision and move forward. Okay, by the way, all my presentation is gonna be all over the place because I haven't got like, any structure. Okay, so whatever I'm just kind of thumping. Okay, let's go through my notes. Okay, first of all is that we need a burning desire. So basically, when we have the burning desire, a chemical is released in our brain, and our brain will help us to think how to achieve that. For example, you may have seen, for example, I'm a big fan of Nissan GTR, and whenever there's a GTR go through, just by hearing at the sound or seeing at the back tail, like the two circle thing, I can say, oh, there's a Nissan GTR. So it means that your unconscious mind will be aware of what's going on and always look for that thing whichever you want. Okay, and it says the desire, it doesn't only mean like to be rich, because even the name of the title of the book is Think and Grow Rich. It doesn't mean like rich in like a wealthy way, like in a monetary way, and in a materialistic way. It also means like it can be in a love life, or it can be in your health, it can be in anything. Okay, so desire is important, but because see, some people, it might get wrong that, for example, their dream is to be a millionaire or be a rich person, and they might fall in the trap of like quick scheme, like what do you call, get quick scheme, like there are so many scammers going on that how to get rich quickly and those kind of things. You might get in trap of that. So he's trying to say that in order to achieve that success, we have to be capable person, we have to go after the excellence, whatever skill is that we have to craft that skill, and for that we have to read books, we have to do research. It's not like one day thing, it's about years and years. Okay, in a way it's saying like we have to be a better version of ourselves, and we have to achieve the excellence in that field, whatever you want to achieve. Yeah, and if you are good enough, or if you are like capable person, skillful, then not only you will reach wealth, like money wise, you can also leave a legacy on that sector or field, whatever you are after. And for everything we need a strong foundation, because without a strong foundation we can't build anything. It's like like sandcastle, how much you try to build up, if the foundation is weak as a sandcastle, it will just fall down. And it says imagination. Yeah, we need like imagination. For other people, they might laugh at me. Oh, it said that, oh, this guy want to be a millionaire, or he want to be one of the king of any field, whatever, or he want to be a pro athlete. People might laugh at you, but without imagination, you can't achieve a dream. For example, before we didn't have any aircraft or any telephone or anything, but someone had that imagination to make the human fly. Even though at the time they didn't know, it's gonna be called aircraft or whatever, and some people have imagined that, oh yeah, how can we talk from one corner of an earth to the other corner without the wire? So yeah, so we invented all these aircraft and telephones. So yeah, imagination should be like a vision. So it's not for like short term, it's like a long term vision. And so just having desire is not good enough. For example, it's like a seed. You may have a seed of a tree, but you must do research about what sort of, like what do you call it, like soil does it need, and how much water you have to feed, and how much like minerals or whatever you have to put on that seed. So it's not, so having just desire, you want something, is not enough. You also have to do more than that. And like I said earlier, life is all about decisions, yeah, and whatever decision you make, just go forward and don't turn back. And the main reason for the failure is procrastination, just taking action. You may have come across like people that say, oh, you know that in the Dragon Den, that guy was saying that idea, but was pitching that idea, and I had the idea for like long time. See, both of you might come with that same idea, or even your idea might be better than him or her. The difference was that guy, a person, took an action and got that product in the market before you. So it's not about having idea. Ideas are cheap, so it's about producing the result. Okay. Oh yeah, there's one thing to be successful, and one thing he found common in all these rich successful people is that they are persistent. It means that they don't give up. They got strong willpower. So so they are willing to go forward, whatever like against the odds. So they just keeps on moving forward. They don't give up. For example, there was a story about in a gold mine where like one person was digging for like years and years, and he just gave up. And after a few months, one guy, he bought the tools to do the digging, and he got lucky. Up the gold mine was just like 3 feet under the soil, so he got all the gold. And there was also one story about Edison and his partner. I can't remember the name of the guy, but that guy wanted to be a partner for Edison, so he started as an employee with and worked for Edison. And after that, he got a chance to work with Edison to sell his inventions. And there was one story about Ford, the Henry Ford. He's the godfather of automobile, because due to him, we got a chance to drive all these cars. And the story was that when no, he told his engineers to design V8 engine. Even at the time, it was nobody have heard about those V8 engines, but he gave them like, if you want to stay here in the Ford company, you have to do whatever it takes to release that, produce the engine. Eventually, after like I think about 1.5 years, the engineers, after many failures, they released the V8 engine. So yeah. And what else? And it says that there is no something for nothing. You can't get anything without giving away. It's just about you have to give something to get back. We are the master of our fate and captain of our soul. Yeah, so we are like architecture of our life. It says that there are so many types of dreamer, but one dreamer who are successful is the practical dreamer, because they don't quit. There was also one story about the father and deaf son. From early age, doctor have told that your son is deaf, but the dad didn't give up, and he just trained his son to hear, and eventually, not fully, but he can hear like sound, and he can listen to music. So yeah, that dad, he didn't give up on his son. And if you have desire, anything is possible. And it says that the faith is the foundation for everything. So without faith, we can't get what we want. So we must believe in ourselves or believe in our team to achieve that whatever goal you are after. And there's a story, like I said earlier, Edison, until he was 40 years old, he was nobody, but eventually he became successful by inventing the efficient way of using that electric bulb, which is in my room. I got 2 bulbs there. So even though he's not the first person, but he make it more efficient and in a cheaper way to distribute to all the people. Like in the term of faith, do you know who's the most powerful person ever? Is the Mahatma Gandhi from India. Even though he didn't have his own house or own car, or even he didn't have his own clothes to wear, but he's one of the powerful person, because he got this belief that I'm gonna unite this India, and we all Indian will be together. And if we think we can, we can. And even if you think you can't, you can't. So it's all about mentality. Um, yeah. So knowledge is just a potential power. So knowledge doesn't attract money unless it is organized and intellectually directed. So just by gathering knowledge is not enough. We have to take action in the right direction. So action is the key word here. And we have to visualize that whatever dream we have or whatever goal we have to always achieve that in our mind, because if we don't see in our head that we can't see physically. It says that now he's giving a solution. If you want to be rich or whatever you want to achieve, you have to ask yourself that what service or product are you willing to give to other people. Now, there was one story about Coca-Cola that one guy, I think he was a bartender. He bought a formula for like $500, like long time ago, from one pharmacist, and that receipt of what that formula was, so he converted that into like billions and billions. So he's the founder of Coke. Even the scientist who wrote the formula for the Coca-Cola, he only earned like $500, but the other guys, he got the vision. Yeah, so he became a multi-billionaire. um it says about the leader, not only like being aggressive or having knowledge is enough. If you are intelligent follower, you can be an efficient leader. And it says that forceful leadership, it won't last that long, because people, they just follow you because they are scared of you. But if your vision and you motivate them and they also agree with you, then they are willing to sacrifice their life for you and for your country or whatever your mission is. mm, Brain don't de- depreciate in depression. It can't be stolen. Oh yeah, for example, if you buy like nice car or house, and according to the market the value will depreciate, but whatever knowledge is in your brain, it can't depreciate. You may get rusty, but it won't depreciate. So the book is telling us to read as many books as possible and acquire many knowledge as possible. mm, and there was one story that from Cuba you might get sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna go say the random things, like from Cuba you might get like sugar, and from Darjeeling you might get tea, and from, I don't know, from Italy you might get pizza, and from France you might get something something. And that's all happening in this modern world. That's all thanks to the capitalism. So without capitalism, it wouldn't be easier, because we can do trade with all different countries. And it says that he is giving tips about listening. We must close our mouth and open our ears. So we have to be a good listener. If you want money, you have to provide services to your customers. And like I said earlier, we have to be persistent. Mm, so when we are passionate about something, we will do more research, we go after that passion, and we have to study about that subject, and we can take action, and we shouldn't give up. And because the book I read is the Audible, and there was a newer edition, so there was a newer version, and it says that digital marketing is important in nowadays because everything is online, so you have to learn about digital marketing as well. And positive affirmation, everything, yes, every morning we have to be grateful and smile, and just be grateful, and start a day with a positive vibe, with a positive energy. um, it says that whatever the situation, meaning makes a difference. So whatever situation we are in, we have to, it's up to us there was a book called Man, like a man think it. Yeah, so it's up to us. Whatever situation, if you're a negative person, you will take that situation into negative view. So if you're positive, you get a positive result. So it's about, so it depends on us how we react. And when you are going in the trying to climb up the pyramid, up, and there will be like thousands and thousands of haters who wants to pull your leg. And at the time, if you have like burning desire, you can overcome that criticism or haters, and you can just keep on fight against the odd. And there was one story about the prince. That prince, they didn't wish, or they don't want to be, they don't want everything for, they don't want like those kind of wealth or like those status. But since the prince is the eldest son of the king, he got the title. So some people, they will achieve, or they will get, even though they are not that qualified for that. So in a way, I'm saying that some people have what you want, and they might not be grateful about that. So in a way, you have to be grateful whatever you got. And the one very key tool to achieve whatever you want to do is your brain, because brain is the most important tool we human got. So that's the difference between we human and the animals, because we can simulate the future, and our brain, we got like millions and millions of neurons. So more you study, more you read, the more new activities you do, the neuron connection will get stronger and get more smarter. And oh yeah, I'm almost at the end of my notes. At the end, there was a chapter about counselor meeting. So yeah, the Napoleon Hill, he got like this kind of meeting, or like get together point at his home or somewhere. Yeah, especially in his brain, that he got everyone, like all the people from like financial department, for the security department, from health department, everyone. He got Edison, Einstein, Newton. He got all those like great genius people, and he was the chairman of that council. So whenever he needs help, he asks that Edison, how would he do, how would he solve this problem, or what would he do, those kind of things. And he was saying, after months and months, he had to give up, because he thought that he might get like too strong, and he might do something bad. And after that, he was saying, in a way, it's a good idea, because he got this strength, saying that I got so many peoples that are backing me up, and whenever there's a problem, he got all these solutions and answers. So yeah, so we should try to visualize, or at least have like one or two people in your mind, saying that how would they do in this kind of situation. So for in my life personally, my two main mentors are Sunday Maheshwari sir from India and Talop is from USA. So these two are my main at the moment. And I also respect Elon Musk, because he's after this Tesla electric car, this what I call like SpaceX, those kind of things. Yeah. So we must have like a mental mentors. And at the end, I have written state of mind. So the see, in this world there are so many things going on, and the only thing we can control is our state of mind. If you sorry, if you are in the right state of mind, you can do overcome all the hurdles and everything. So yeah, so I've gone through all my notes, and what I want to finish off the video is saying that, so this is one of the best book. Even my mentor Sunday Moisure sir and Tyler Lopez have recommended this book. It's highly recommended book. So if you are after self-help journey, if you have started, or if you want to start the self-help development was a journey, I also highly recommend this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Even though it's like 84 years old book, but still it has stayed the time. So still you can buy from Amazon or from eBay, or like if you are like me, you can buy from Audible. It's not that expensive, maybe like £3 or £4. you don't have to like buy a brand new book. You can buy second hand. Okay, so in summary, we need a burning desire, and we have to acquire a knowledge. We have to be capable. We have to be skillful. We have to go after the excellence, and we have to be persistent. So whatever the hurdle is there, we have to keep on fighting, and we have to go for our vision, whatever we want to achieve. So yeah, so we have to keep on thinking and grow rich. Let's do this.